All right, so man, it's been like a while since I recorded, so it'll be really rusty. So anyway, since it's been such a while that I recorded or even took pictures, I've been gone for almost 3 years. Almost, because in September will be my third year. So I would say during this whole time, I had such a wonderful experience, a lot of self discovery, and a lot of divine realization. And what I mean is, I didn't find God, not that way. I didn't find it through a religion. I didn't find it through external ship like people telling me where to go or what the religion to hop on, because this is not a religion that I found this realization. If anyone ever looked up alchemy or look up esotericism or esoteric, uh, that's that's how it happened. And it wasn't by choice. It well, it kind of was, but for people who's going through an alchemical or spiritual awakening would completely understand what I'm saying. Not the people that are in religion, not any religion, not Islam. Oh yeah, it's raining, thundering. Not Islam, not Christianity, none of that. No religion. This is entirely different, and not even a touchable topic. Only a selective few can completely understand what I'm saying. So, I know a while back when I put on my profile on Facebook, which it's whatever. I'm not. I said I was interested in practicing magic. I was interested in practicing mysticism. Well, the reason why, during the time that I did fell out of updating and everything, because I was going through a hermit mode, which I was spending more time with myself. I didn't want to get really involved with what am I doing and sharing it to other people. I mean, yeah, I post, topics and concerns about other things, but it wasn't anything personal like, oh, I'm traveling here and I'm traveling there, and I wasn't doing any of that. It's really hard to say because I could say it's by choice, but it wasn't by choice. Not, you know, not in my life activities. It wasn't a choice. But at the same time, it was because has been pre-designed before I was born, and it was hard for me to even articulate in words what I went through for the past 2.5 years of going through this spiritual awakening or alchemical, spiritual evolution, I guess you want to put it. And it has nothing to do with religion. It's not that I found a religion. No, this is outside of religion. This is not even remotely close to religion. This is completely not even close. It's not Islam, it's not Christianity, it's not any of those things. It's not even Buddhism, it's not any of those things. I had a divine connection, a divine contact, I guess you could say, with the what you guys perceive God. And with the source of creator. Uh, and it has been a very scary but crazy but wonderful experience. And during the whole time I was here in Ghana, I was going through it. And the fact I found peace and safety and no fear, no negativity, it made the process a lot faster. And just being around nature. Yeah. You when you go through a spiritual awakening, you at least have to be around nature. Nature is the most crucial point of your spiritual uh, evolution. But that's what was going on with me. I can't explain words because I'll try. I When I left, I was going through 6 months in Ghana. During those 6 months, I was going through a process of what people see as the dark night of the soul. And this is when I realized my ego, or who I am, wasn't real. It was illusion with a collection of thoughts, past upbringings, people telling me who I am, people telling me what I am and what my role is in this world. It's like people's telling you what play you should be, what role you should be in this play, this huge play. And that's exactly what it is. It is. That's exactly what it is. And I'm finally letting it be known that I'm not atheist, but I don't have a religion, because religion is an external influence from other people who is not even certain that God's reality or God's existence and essence is the truth. And that's true. Like, most people have worship different religions, but they're not even sure that the divine is actually the true thing. I mean, we have different religions. I mean, that itself is evident that no one's sure what is one truth when everyone's believing for centuries different ideas. But I wasn't looking for God, actually. I was atheist for a long time, and I was pretty comfortable just using my five senses to navigate myself in this world. I really didn't need God to figure that out, you know. But because I wasn't looking, I guess, like, the divine was like, oh, perfect. So that's when I will start having this awakening. And I was in a denial a lot because I just couldn't believe what I was knowing. This is not, I think there is, or I feel. Like, it is a feel, and trust me, it is a feeling, it's a powerful feeling, but it's also knowing. It's also knowing. To even know God's presence, or creator, divine, or source presence, is you have to tap into the top of your awareness. And I do believe in, not believe, but the way the people explain about chakras, that's, I can say that's the closest explanation I can explain how to understand how to tap into the connection to the creator, source, or God. There's just so many things just to find out the truth of this whole existence, to find out the truth of, God's purpose and reason why this reality is the way it is. It's fascinating, and it's so simple. So simple. There's no mysterious way. It literally just it literally contact me and tap into the knowing, and I just know. I just know. It's no speak. There's none of that. And the reason why there's none of that, because you're a part of God. So you should know this, but you forgot when you came down to this world. When you were born here, you forgot. And this is not the first time you've been on this planet. So, yeah, you are a piece of the source. So, of course, if you're a piece of the source, you'll have the information. But since we're in a very frail, human, organic, disposable bodies, it's not easy to download all. And I mean download, yes. Yeah, your mind is literally like a computer. It's just organic, and it just functions differently. But it's kind of like the most perfect machine, or AI, in creation by far. And but you will never know. You don't know that you're built that way. So, um, I I can't really. I guess I'll just say it like this. I mean, I'll make it as simple as that. I mean, it always has, it always will be, and that's all there is. Um, this is just the one truth. We are gods. We are gods, and we came down to this world to have an experience of everything. But the bad parts that people will probably I always hear asked, oh, how come God makes us suffer? God doesn't make you suffer. You were disconnected from God, therefore you became feral. You became an animal. And you disconnect with compassion and love and connection to the fact that you don't feel anything when you harm people. You want to have, and because of that, you want to have a connection, but since you're so disconnected, harm and pain is, or even just isolation, or having, narcissism, basically narcissism. You suffer, you start going to narcissism. So there's narcissism and enlightenment. If you have enlightenment, then you have connection, compassion, and love, regardless of what animals, insects, humans, anything that's living and breathing, at least to your awareness. It's everything, actually. Like everything. Everything is divine. Everything. Trees, yes, inanimate objects. Yeah, the divine made that too. We were just fashioning it or creating it in our own way. I was raining. But yes, we are gods. We're not as powerful as the source, but the source gave us a spark to have ability of creation, ability of love and compassion and connecting. And that's what it is. And a lot of people lost all that because of survival mode. When you're going through anything, war, famine, earthquakes, anything bad happens to you, your ego connects with that. And your ego is trying to keep you alive. So they start disconnecting with everybody else and trying to survive. So that disconnect, that disconnect causes narcissism. And perfect example, well, xenophobia, racism, war, just being selfish and not caring about another person as if they're not you. And believe it or not, we're all connected. Like you're me and I'm you. We really are connected. But we were taught by narcissistic people and domesticated by narcissistic people, like the government and the everybody who has the power of influence, as in money, to tell us how to think and feel, and steer away from our true selves. And I know it's hard for people to understand that, but that's the truth. If you're worried about acceptance, you're not good enough. You can't. You're comparing yourself to other people, or you feel like you're not complete. Well, you're not close to your true self. You're not close to the source or divinity. Because if you did, you wouldn't care about what people think. Because you already know you're enough. You already know you're an expansion. You have full potential, and you can do more. And you have unwavering, absolute certain confidence. Because you're not worried about what other people are doing. They have their own life path to go on. They have their own path, their own story to travel on, and it's none of your business. Externally, what's going on in this world has nothing to do with you. You may seem like that, but you're just reacting. You're not responding. You're just reacting. And that's literally the main problem. What's happening in this world is everyone was responding and reacting to trauma. Negative trauma, to be in fact. There's no... And people say, oh, I love you and stuff, but if they're very genuine, if they really, really are genuine, they wouldn't say I'm not good enough. They wouldn't have negative thoughts about themselves. They wouldn't say that, I don't have enough money. I don't have, enough food. And I realize that because to be honest, I'm still struggling with my ego. I am. Because this is a self-knowledge, self-learning discovery. So it's not easy. It's not like overnight you'll be like, oh, I'm 100% so attuned with the divine and everything. No. No, I still struggle with the scarcity, but at least I'm aware of it, and I'm changing that by doing affirmations. And I was learning that, I was going on this last 2 weeks, I was learning, my mind is my own enemy right now, because I'm not doing affirmations and stuff to change this program that was raised up. And let's be honest, our upbringing caused the foundation of our problems. Even though family or upbringing or guardians want to do what's best, they're actually doing the worst. And I hate to say that, because they're teaching you to survive, then express and tap into your true potential, because they don't even know the true potential. They don't know they have the ability to tap into divinity. They don't know that they're enough. They don't know they have unlimited potential, and you don't have to fit in a boxing category of other people, like jobs. Jobs are just a good example of, this is not for you. Everyone's supposed to be unique and inventors and creators. There's no handful. There's no, Mark Zuckerberg and Elon Musk. Oh, come on. You're just as good as they are. You just don't believe you are. That's the truth. You just really don't believe that you are. And that's something you need to work on. You don't need to worry about what other people are doing. You don't need to compare your success with theirs. You're already enough. All you have to do is tap in divinity. Stop. And the truth is, to other people, I know it's going to be difficult for you, but religion is holding you back. Yeah, religion is holding you back. Because if you're still suffering, if you still believe you're not good enough, if you still believe everything's a challenge for you, if you still believe that you're a person in progress and you're still trying to be the best person you can be, you're in the wrong religion. You shouldn't be feeling like this for the past umpteen years. You shouldn't be feeling like that for over decades. You should have this already mastered way when you're young. But if you're in your 20s and 30s and 40s and you're jealous and you're angry about things and you feel like a lack, and you hate yourself or you hate the other person, yeah, that religion isn't for you. It is not for you, because it's not giving you fulfillment. And it should not be a progress. It should not be a progress. It really shouldn't. After what I've known and what my spiritual enlightenment is, I realize this should not be a progress. It should be the now. It should be done. And you should be in your full perfection, and you want and expand and expand your potential more. That's what it should be. You shouldn't be going through this, suffering and stuff. You're suffering. You're pretending that you're poor. You're pretending that you're not good enough. You're pretending this is all a pretend. This is in your mind. You're pretending these things. And when you pretend, you believe it. And when you believe it, guess what? It's there. It's manifest. It's right there. So the one thing I'm really happy was, I'm glad I was atheist. But at the same time, I'm glad I'm out of atheism. And I was always a spiritual person, but I put it in the back seat because I want to make sure it's a right direction for me. But I never was like, oh, there is no God. No, I knew there was divine energy. I knew there was a divine entity, but I'm not going to brand and make a conclusion until I figured out myself what it is. And what do you know? Sometimes not looking for God, God will come looking for you. And he'll reach out to you and say, I like a person that can hold their own and don't fall for anybody because they're lost. And if you're lost, it's going to be hard for me to reach you because you're wandering farther away from me. But when you're not looking for me, I can reach you before you know it. God loves surprises. He does. He loves surprises. He loves being in the now. He loves it. It's a he and she. It loves wonder. It loves surprises. It loves exploring. It loves experiencing. God is awareness. If you're aware of your hands, if you're aware of especially sight, but if you're aware of If you're aware of everything through your eyes, then that's the piece of God. God is awareness. That's all it is. That's why he has no form. That's why he has no gender, because it's nothing but awareness. God is awareness. And the only way you could be aware of God is to heighten and expand your awareness. And if you expand your awareness, you expand it to the point that you can reach the source. And the source is the infinite and abundant amount of energy, light, well, mostly energy, vibration, and frequency, but also its awareness. It comes in those forms, but before that, it was nothing. And the form is nothing, but its essence is awareness. So think about this. If you were raised by another family, how would you know this is exactly who you are? When they're telling you, oh, you need to speak English, you need to go to Catholic or Christian or Islam religion, you need to wear this way, you need to walk this way. You're female, well, females need to do this, you do that. You're male, well, males need to do this or that. Like, these are all roles people put you into. But it's not, the world's not going to blow up if you don't follow it. You're not supposed to. You're supposed to be you. That's all it is. You're supposed to be comfortable in your body and express at your fullest. Even if they don't accept accept who you are, and you don't accept their gender roles, you have that right. And if they reject it, that's on them. They're playing the part that they're not even happy being in. If they're unhappy, they shouldn't be expressing how much they're not happy about you doing anything. Because they're not even happy. That's why it's worth ignoring. I'm really glad I didn't jump into any religion before. Because if I did, it wouldn't find me. I'll be drifting further away from it, and I will be lost. So I'd rather been atheist and not look and feel like there is an entity out there that did create this world, because it's true. But I'm not going to look for it and made assumptions. Oh, he's this, he's a man, he's father. He's none of that. He's not even male. And that's kind of the weirdest thing ever. I'm not even going to bring that up. But that is so weird to think that the divine is male. That's so weird. Because it has no gender. So I don't know where that come from. But anyway, I'm just coming out in the broom closet. You guys want to call it witchcraft or anything else? Well, if you have a poverty mindset, if you feel like you're not good enough, if you have negative impact and negative thoughts about yourself, if you're limiting yourself, are you sure you're in the right club? Are you sure that witchcraft stuff, that devil stuff, you sure you're not already in it? Because if you're feeling negative about yourself, that you're not good enough, that's something that you guys perceive as the devil. Mostly it's narcissism, but perceived as the devil would trick you into doing. You don't think he tricked you already? I mean, that's just me. That's just something I noticed. So yeah, I honestly say knowing this divinity, knowing divine and stuff did change my life for the better. It did. It made me understand how this world really works. And the world is not going against you. The world is not unfair. The world is not like, some uncontrolled, neutral cause and effect kind of reality. It isn't. It really isn't. You can control it. You really can. You can control your own reality. And it may sound crazy, but it's even crazier if you believe in a religion that a lot of majority of people believe in, and you're still suffering. You're still in poverty. You're still trying to meet paycheck to paycheck. You shouldn't be going through that. You really shouldn't be going through that. That's, to me, that's hypocrite. I wouldn't jump into a religion that keeps reminding me that that keeps me poor. I wouldn't join that club. I don't care if it's for the sake of family or acceptance. I would not join that club if, I'm like 38 now, but 38 years in, or I guess you'll say like whatever, years in, I'm still having poverty. I still have a poverty mindset. I would probably exit out that religion. I don't want to be poor forever. That's weird. At least it's for the sake of someone else. That's definitely wrong. So that's that's just my that's what's going on with me. It's not my 2 cents or anything. That's literally what's going on with me. If that's the truth. That's literally the truth. I can't make this shit up because it always has been. And it took me a long time. At first I thought it was ludicrous. I thought it was ridiculous. I thought the belief, what I was going through, the knowing, just the constant information entering my mind, and so many things showing. Like, if you look into Egyptians or alchemy, or you look into African religions, they remind you of your God. Even with Yoruba religion, yeah, they remind you of your God. That's the reason why African gods were removed, because they don't want you to know your own power. Crazy, right? But they want you to worship this white God that doesn't look like you, never entered in your side of the country, and want you to feel guilty because he literally got tortured by a bunch of Roman people that he didn't ask for, and his follower outed him, and he got set up. And you feel guilty for what? That seems like a third-party situation. It has nothing to do with Africans at all. It's so weird. Oh yeah, by the way, Jesus that you're following, he's a mystic. So yeah, he does esoteric things. But the New Testament ain't gonna tell you that. But he was doing mysticism, esoteric practices, mystic arts, he was doing those. And how I know? Well, I just know. There's so many signs. I won't say so many signs, but you have to, for alchemists out there, not the people who believe in these religions, these external religions, for alchemists out there, you know exactly what I'm talking about, that Jesus is an alchemist and he's a mystic. There's just no way around that. He is a mystic and he is an alchemist. And I'm not here to educate anybody, because trust me, you have to know. Your awareness has to be higher than where your low frequency is. And if it's not high enough, I can't explain anything to you, because this is literally hidden. And it was hidden for a reason. This is amnesia stuff. This stuff is hidden. So even if I told you, you wouldn't get it, because your awareness is blocked. It's disconnected. It's hidden. It's hidden in plain sight. So, yeah, I'm a mystic, I'm an alchemist, and I realize that all esoteric isn't the devil. And this whole world tricked you. And when you die, you'll understand everything I just said. You'll understand exactly what I'm talking about when you pass away. When you die and you go back to the emptiness, when you go back into the awareness, the pool of the divine, of expansion, of consciousness, you go back to consciousness, you'll understand exactly what I'm talking about. But you can't. Not right now, because you forgot. And this amnesia is so strong, and the ego is even stronger, that it's hard for many people to get out of that. You have to bypass your ego, which, by the way, is your personality, which, by the way, is not real. You, what defines you, what identifies who you are, is not real. You're not real. You don't. It's hard. It's hard to explain on that, because that's where the enlightenment comes in. It's a forced open door to say, don't exist. Your ego is the product of your environment. It's not who you are. Who you are is this divinity of wholeness and connection. It's love unconditional. It's it's potential and confidence at its endless peak of expansion. That's what it is. And it's love. But I know majority of people I know won't understand that. And it's not for them. Because to be honest, in your lifetime, you may never gonna get it. You have to do it next lifetime. It's not for you for this lifetime. So just want to share that with my alchemist people out there.